fresh after his win against Daniil Medvedev. Could Belucci do it again? Yes, he could. He destroyed Stefanos Tsitsipas and he made it in to the semi-finals. That's right, and before we go anywhere, make sure you've hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Well, let's unpack this one. Mattia Belucci. I mean, somebody sort of has come out of nowhere, and I think I need to hold my hands up a little bit and apologise a bit to Daniil Medvedev. I think that Belucci just playing so well, and he's proved it yet again. Tsitsipas, he is another player who you'd think is a favourable matchup if you are trying to get wins over top players on the tour. But it's still a really good player that you have to go out there and beat. And all of the, I'd say, pressure after beating someone like Daniil Medvedev on indoor hardcourt in a tournament he's won before, to replicate something even bigger than that by going now to the semi-finals, it's incredible. I mean, the standard of tennis that Belucci is playing right now is something we've never seen before from him. And yeah, he secured his second top 20 win in 2 matches, defeating Tsitsipas to reach the semi-finals. I just thought he played exceptionally well. And it meant that the match against Medvedev, it wasn't just a fluke. It wasn't just a one match, one big win, and then done by somebody else. No. And that's why I'm sort of now more reflective of me putting out a video, I'd say it was a couple of days ago, saying what's wrong with Daniil Medvedev. Well, I think it was maybe a little bit harsh. I think that Belucci is playing so well. I think Medvedev is having a slight dip, if not in form, definitely in confidence. And I think that this is just the perfect storm, unfortunately, for Daniil. Similar to playing Lerner as well. You're playing against 2 very good, very hard-hitting young players, and if you're not at the top of your game, and I think Medvedev still did play well in the match, he just got bullied off the court by this Italian, and the Italian's probably loving it right now. I mean, this match even more convincing than the Medvedev win, 6-4, 6-2 against Stefanos Tsitsipas. It was quite an even first set. It got all the way to 4-3. Stefanos had a break point in that game as well, but fair play to Belucci. He held strong. I just think that the power that he possesses, it was another sort of ideal matchup, because we know that Steph does struggle with that single-handed backhand, trying to get things back in play deep on the court, and you saw if he attacked it enough, the backhand fell short, and there was a winner shortly after that. But you still got to go out there, you still got to hold your nerve, and you still got to beat one of the best players in the world. I mean, Steph's been at the top of the game for many years, and it's because he's a very consistent player most of the time. But he is a player who can come unstuck if you really target the backhand, and if his head goes down. I think that we're seeing, obviously the big rivalry between Medvedev, Tsitsipas, ends up being 2 players who are low on confidence and there for the taking, really. I mean, but you still have to play a big game to beat them. And Tsitsipas actually looked quite good in this tournament up until this match, and it just goes to show how well Belucci is playing to be able to get such a convincing win. I mean, the second set, just 2 breaks of serve, and some of the stats from the match, I'll just bring them up here as well. Obviously, 1 hour and 25 minutes, quite a quick one. He had more aces than Stefanos Tsitsipas. First serve percentage around about the same, but the big factor that jumps off the page is the second serve points one. Belucci 67%, but Steph only 39%. His second serve's getting attacked a hell of a lot more. The power of Belucci was very, very evident, and he had Steph running all over the court. I mean, it was a very, very confident performance. Can he replicate that again in the semi-final? I feel that it's only getting more difficult for him. That is always a given, you may say, in any tournament. Some are, I don't know, slightly different. But I think this one, you are seeing now Alex De Minaur will be the next person in front of him. And somebody who isn't going to go away. You will have to literally batter him off the court to be able to get a win on these indoor hard courts. He's looked unflappable the whole week, and he's played some good tennis, but I'd say against definitely lesser opposition. I don't want to play down what Alex De Minaur's done, because I think that he's looking really, really consistent. He's tried to put on some muscle. He's trying to hit a lot harder. Will he hit as hard as Belucci, though? And we've got Pellegrino in here saying Belucci's miracle is reality. What an incredible week. Not ended yet. Mattia will play his first ATP semi-final. Will be at least number 68 in the world after this tournament. He'll face De Minaur. It says 60% to 40% for the Aussie. Considering the way Belucci is playing. Well, the bookies don't have it as 60-40. The bookies have it a lot more lopsided. If you see here, it's 4.5 for Belucci and 1.2 for Alex De Minaur. So if you're fancying quadrupling your money, maybe take a punt on Belucci. I mean, we've seen one Italian in Yannick Sinner really get under the skin of De Minaur at the Australian Open. Is he Yannick Sinner level, though? I'm not quite sure about that. That would be a very high compliment. But he does have the confidence of an Italian right now. And De Minaur, he's either going to be going for some revenge after that Yannick Sinner heavy defeat, or he's going to get picked apart again. It's a real match on a knife edge, these two. De Minaur won his quarterfinal very, very simple, 6-1, 6-4, sort of similar to Belucci. But he has more experience at the back end of tournaments, Alex De Minaur, and that's the one thing which could carry him through. I mean, you can see here who he's been playing. I mean, he's had Goffin, Mensik, and Altmaier. I'd say Mensik probably the toughest one out of all of them, but still a very young player. But yeah, you see here, I mean, he's had to come through qualifying Belucci, Bogart, Brewer, Rotterdam. You expect wins in all of them, but then Medvedev and Tsitsipas. The Medvedev one especially, it looks really, really impressive. Alex De Minaur, you'd expect, based upon those results, this would be somebody he would go on to also beat. But I don't think it's going to be that simple. He will have to play as aggressive, and he will have to hit as many winners as he's done in those last two matches. Otherwise, Alex De Minaur will not go away, and it will be, it could be a very, very awakening experience playing somebody who is so fast around the court like Alex De Minaur. Somebody who's playing with a lot of confidence. Despite that loss to Sinner, Alex De Minaur is one of the best players on indoor hard courts on the tour, and he's going to find out. Maybe he'll rise to the occasion, or maybe Alex De Minaur will show him what a real top 10 player is like. I'll give you a prediction. I mean, I know I've just said it. I think that Belucci, if he plays that same red line tennis, then he could get the win here. But I think that the consistency of Alex De Minaur, this being a first semi-final for Belucci, I think it might be too much, if I'm perfectly honest. And I think Alex De Minaur will probably edge the win. But I think there would be some amazing rallies in this. But I think Alex De Minaur's consistency will shine through. But that's just my thoughts. Tell me what you think in that comment section. Are you surprised that he went and did it again to Tsitsipas? Do you think he's going to do it again to Alex De Minaur? Or do you think the demon, he's going to use this as an opportunity to get to the final? Who's it going to be in the final? There's Hurkacz and Alcaraz on the other side. I mean, it's a winnable tournament for Alex De Minaur against any of those players, I believe, on indoor hardcourt. Or maybe Belucci, the story, the dream for the Italian. And he realises what Yannick Sinner's been doing over the last couple of years and goes out and bags his first title. Who knows? Let me know your thoughts. But if you haven't done so yet, smash a like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.